hang on to your seat, baby, because this one's a screamer.
On our entertain so time come to y'all with another video. So this is the Love Island episode 2 recap. I don't know when I'm gonna drop this because the after show is going to be on Wednesdays. So for the Wednesday episodes, y'all probably gonna get the recaps like the day after. So just keep that in mind. If y'all getting this a little bit late, that's why. It's because of the after show. Okay. If y'all haven't tuned in, me, Kaya, and a Pretty Young Thing, you guys all are on YouTube, and we are hosting the official after show on Wednesdays. Okay, every Wednesday night. We do also accept call-ins, so it's a big key that we have over there. So please, if y'all haven't checked it out, please do. Okay, now the episode opens off with the cast still behind the doors. At this point, the show has given them such PTSD. You could tell these people are actually about to damn near have a panic attack behind them doors, because imagine coming all the way to Fiji, because y'all, a Fiji flight, y'all, takes a minute. It's a bop. It's not something that's close to the US. It's a long time, and getting eliminated so swiftly. So all the girls and the boys are behind the doors, and you could tell the nerves are getting them, right? So of course, Beatrice, Zach, Trinity, and Bryce left. So Kenzie opens her door. She opens her door. She's like, she's heartbroken, of course, as ever. Trinity, to me, is a big red flag when it comes to dating, because she gets attached very quickly. You barely knew this man for more than 3 days, and you already caught feelings for him as if you've known him for like months at a time. I'm not gonna lie, I have a tendency of doing that. No shade. That's why I don't be talking to people like that, because I do get attached. So it's like I kind of see it. I see her in myself. You feel me? So it's like I get it. But like the difference between me and her, though, I'm not gonna cry now. Like, I know desperate nigga. Like, that to me is where like she loses me. The crying and all that. It's like, girl, like, please. There's plenty of people and niggas you could talk to that's in the villa. So it's like, relax, okay? Like, Zach told you that you weren't his type. So he was upfront with you. It's not like he lied to you. You just were not listening. You were not picking up on the signs. And the way Love Island works, there's a lot of scenes that are filmed that some things are edited. So I don't know if they had other times where they sat down together where she felt like, oh, he may be feeling me. It might be something like that that happened that we did not see. But for what we saw, it does look like she did not pick up on the signs at all, right? So Sean, of course, opens his door. He's disappointed. His confidence at this point is not, y'all, because he thought that, you know, he big muscle man, he looked good, that the girls are gonna fall la la. Beatrice said, she took her wiggle leg and went about her business. Now, y'all made a good point. Why do you, Beatrice, why did you stand behind his door if you were not feeling him like that? It's giving lust. You wanted them kisses. I like my kisses down low. When you arch my back, when you give it to me, so I like my kisses down low. Okay, Beatrice wanted some kisses down low. You can't tell me nothing different. She wanted some kisses down low, and that's why she stood behind Sean's door. But the problem is, you kind of let him on when you could have let him know the truth, because he told you up front that he had a jit. Unlike Huda, who hid it from everybody except for one person until the middle of the season. So I at least respect Sean because he's upfront. He didn't try to make it seem like he had the kid purposefully. He let us know that the kid was a little bit of an accident, but he still loved the kid regardless. Okay? Kenzie's sitting with the girls and she's just crying. She's like, you know, like this always happens. Like bawling. I'm like, okay, Kenzie, like, relax. I don't care what y'all say, though. I want Kenzie to stay around. I feel like she is like really dramatic and is good television, and I sort of want to see her crash out on Zach. So just for that instance, I do want to see her stick around. I don't want to see her going. Okay, her time is not up yet. All right. So we end up seeing the Bombshells taking everybody back to the villa. The way they took them back to the villa, it gave everybody was gonna have a threesome. Like the Bombshells, each gonna have a threesome each. That's what it gave. Everybody was gonna screw everybody each, like separately. To me, that's what it looked like. All right. So Kata reveals to the boy, she's like, hey, like, I'm Haitian, like my dad is from Haiti or whatever. At like my job, she is like tall. Kata is one of the most beautiful girls we've seen on Love Island. All right. Her hair, though, I question it. And the reason why I say that is because you guys are in the heat. Why the hell do you have that hairstyle, not braids? Y'all girls are going to suffer. What K Michelle said, you gonna suffer. You gonna suffer for every hair on your head. Because for y'all to not have braids in this hot Fiji heat, because I did a little like research. Fiji heat, you guys, is dry. Dry heat is some of the worst heat because it makes you feel uncomfortable and it's humid. So her hair is gonna end up looking crazy by the end of the season. Hopefully she brought some good products, cause baby, all right. Gabriel reveals to the girls he's Brazilian. He speaks Spanish, Portuguese, and English. Y'all, for the girls that live in South Flo, we all know there's 1,000,001 Gabriels walking around in South Florida. That's just the tea. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's 1,000,001 Gabriels. I've told y'all I had a trainer named Gabriel. And he's Brazilian. And he speaks Portuguese. I'm telling y'all. If y'all want a Gabriel, hit a nigga up. Like, I know a couple. Do you hear me? So see him on the screen. I know all the girls are gagging. He does look good, don't get me wrong, but it's just like, if you live in certain areas, you've seen niggas like him all the time. But for y'all that live like up north, and you know what I'm saying, and like, you know, out west somewhere, y'all don't be seeing niggas like that walking around like that. I do. So I'm just like, oh yeah, another Brazilian nigga. Like, it's like, oh, I'm just saying, okay? So Beatrice and Gabriel end up kissing. At this point, Trinity is just watching. Trinity, you should have just packed your bags and went. Okay, because I could already tell they were gonna couple up the way that they were kissing on each other. So Melanie ends up talking to Sincere, and she's asking him about the bombshell. She's like, "Oh, so what did he look like? Did she have tattoos? You could tell she has a lot of trust issues. Because I know this because I have trust issues. Okay, like she has deep trust issues at that, and she's a little insecure. Now I don't know anything about that, but you could tell she's really insecure because why do you keep asking about somebody who's not there? Mind you, Kata looks like Melanie. So when Kata walks up in that villa and stays in that villa, it's going to be a problem, okay? It's going to be really bad. Casey and Anaya end up talking, and they're getting to know each other, and they end up kissing. I still stand by Casey cannot stand at all. I think that Casey and Anaya had a conversation, and Anaya told him, you can't kiss, I'm going to train you. Because the way that they were kissing, it gave like she was giving him like a master class in kissing. So we get back to the Bombshells. Gabriel's in the room. At this point, he's not kissing Trinity, right? And when he's kissing her, whatever, the way Gabriel looked, he was, I could have sworn at one point he was going to be like, so like, you know, everybody's going to get naked? Like we get in the event? Like, he thought it was like the producer said, oh, you're sleeping with these two women tonight. You're going to have sex with them both. All right. Have fun. No. Okay. Bryce, on the other hand, you're in trouble. Kata is in the bed after they finish kissing or whatever. And it's time for nap time. Well, bedtime. Kata ends up cuddling and kissing Zach. Bryce thought he was up next. Kata said, oh, no, babes. We'll have fun tomorrow. Mind you, Kata is hanging on, Bryce is hanging on the side of the bed. Bryce, you should have took your pillows and said, hey, told the producers, can I go back to the villa? That already cemented what you did. You were better off staying in the villa and trying to couple up with somebody that's new. Because I think Bryce is going to be the next to go, right? It's the next day, and Kenzie, for some reason, is joyful. She's like, whoa! Ah! It's a new day, and I'm not crying. Ah! Yeah! I don't care what nobody say. I think Kenzie snuck a rose into the villa. Oh, yes. And I'm not talking about a flower. I'm talking about a rose. Because you're a little bit too happy for my liking. I feel like she pleasured herself that night since she was lonely that night and she was able, to get off. And I think that's why she was such in a good mood. Because as we all know, for the people that has been covering Love Island and have been following Love Island, they do not get a lot of sleep when they be going to bed and it's the next day. It'd be like some hours from what I hear. So I think that she took a rose in. She probably said, oh, it's a makeup applicator. And all you hear bzzz, and she, she has some fun that night. Because there's no reason you was that happy the next day, knowing damn well that you're vulnerable. Okay? That's what I'm saying. Bryce and Zach end up talking, and Bryce is basically telling Zach like he's kind of glad that he did what he did because he always keeps putting people's feelings before himself. And both of them kind of agree that they made the right move by doing what they did. So Trinity and Beatrice end up talking, and Trinity's basically feeling the same way Bryce is. She's like, I could care less. Like at the end of the day, like, I hope he doing what he want to do because I'm gonna do what I want to do. Like I don't really care about how people feeling about it. It's my decision. It's my decision, right? And then we end up seeing that Kada and Zach end up having like a one-on-one, and he ends it off with saying, "I can't wait to get in the bed with you again." Something about Zach, something about how he acts when it comes to like the girls, it gives like he treats them as like an achievement. Am I the only one that peeped that? Like he don't really like want to get to know them tight. And she just want to be like, oh, I accomplished the fact that you like me now. And then that's it. And I feel like that's kind of what he was doing with Kenzie too, even though he was telling her the truth. Okay. Now, Kenzie was talking to the boys and stuff about Zach, and she was being like super dramatic as if she knew this man for like a long period of time. Beatrice ends up going on a date with Gabriel, and she's basically telling Gabriel, she's like, I'm not a mean person. Like, I wanted to tell him before I left that, I wasn't really feeling you or whatever, but I feel like the fact that he has a son kind of like, ticked me off and stuff. So I didn't really want to just leave him out hanging like that, but I wanted to say something to him first. And Gabriel's like, I don't really give a fuck. Can I get a kiss? Can you give me a kiss? Calma, mi amor. They start kissing or whatever. She's like, oh my God, you're a flirt. Zoom into the foot. Producers, what is up with the zoom in? Do y'all have something against Beatrice? Because why do we have to be reminded every 2 seconds that she has, not amputee, but a prosthetic leg? Like, I'll be forgetting until they show it. Like, y'all don't have to remind us. Y'all know that, right? Like, that doesn't change anything about who she is as a person. If anything, it makes her a better than the rest of the cast because she doing her big one in that house and she has one leg. Some of y'all have all y'all limbs and y'all not doing y'all big one. Kenzie, you know what I'm saying? So it's like, why do we have to be reminded? I feel like it's a sick joke that the editors are doing. And it is a little bit of a key, I'm not gonna lie. I'm sorry. So then back to Kenzie, she's talking to the boys or whatever, and they're like, oh, they're like, would you ever date any of Trinity? Trinity or any other girls' dudes? Like, would you ever talk to any other dudes? She was like, well, it is Love Island. But like, I wouldn't put it past anyone to like just talk to anyone that I like. Like, we'll see. To me, she was flirting with Sean. She ends up having a one-on-one with Sean, by the way. And Sean opens up about the dating app situation, about how, at one point he was on a freaky deaky tip, was on all these apps or whatever, end up getting a girl pregnant. Okay, it's better than at least you ain't get an STD. Hopefully not. So, you just got a child, right? And Kenzie, to me, does something that is not even a big red flag. It's a caution sign. She was like, thank you so much for your breakfast. Like the way that you did the eggs in the heart shape, I like that. Yeah, like I really like that. Like I love the eggs. Like you put a heart shape like you love me. I was like, oh my God, this lady, like, okay. He didn't tell you he love you, right? You do know the heart is the emoticon for Love Island, right? It's the glittered heart. Relax, mamas. Like, that to me was like the craziest of them all that she did. I said, I know you lying. Sean was looking so creeped out, but he wasn't trying to show it. So instead, he gave us his big smile. He was like, he just gave us a smile to kind of like push past it. But I was like, damn. She's a stage 5 clinger. Okay? She is a stage 5 clinger. Trinity ends up having like a one-on-one with Gabriel. Now, Trinity, I could have told you Gabriel was gonna go for you, girl. Didn't I tell you I know a lot of Brazilians that live in SoFlo? Okay. They like to date their Latinas. Only a few, like a lot of chocolate. I'm not stereotyping. I'm just saying from what I've seen and experienced. So I could kind of figure that he wasn't gonna go for you really quick. I do feel like he does find her attractive. I don't think he has anything against dating outside of his race, but usually if he notices a fellow Latina that's sexy that he's into, that's what he's gonna go with. So I wasn't shocked at what happened. Okay. So we end up seeing Bryce and Kata have a one-on-one. Kata was treating him like a son. She was like, "Oh, look at you, so cute." It was kind of like that. We get to this nightcap, and everybody gets a text. Ding, ding. Y'all know how it goes. Ding. Okay. And then the Bombshells walk in, right? Beatrice came in. I would have thought she was gonna be like, feel a little bad and sympathetic. Beatrice came in like, she didn't really care. Okay. So of course, Gabriel ends up picking Beatrice, which leaves Trinity to sit down. Okay, they even told her to text, sit down. Okay. Kata ends up picking Zach, of course, which leaves Bryce to sit down. So you bet with Trinity square one. Okay. Kenzie and Sean are left vulnerable because Trinity and Bryce auto pair together since they chose each other, right? And when it comes to Sean, you could tell like it's sad, but I could tell he's gonna plot and get with Kenzie and pair up with her and couple up with her. And then what was the kicker was they had Zach read the text message of the fact that Kenzie will be vulnerable. All you hear is ding. Kenzie, you have not been chosen as a couple, so that leaves you vulnerable. She's like, thanks. I was like, she gonna get a pillow. That nigga, oh God, like, listen, Zach, you better see what I opened. And that was pretty much the second episode, y'all. Of course, it was a little bit slower than the first pace episode, but if y'all are getting into Love Island, it's usually a little bit slow pace like the first few episodes, and then it hikes up by the end of the season. So let me know what y'all think down below, and we're out, babies.